Hey guys, what's up? Is your boy Damage here, back again, once again, for the 6th week of the TPDP Draft League that I'm hosting. So, I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update. If you guys haven't been paying attention to my matches, I'm currently 5-0 in the regular season of the league that I'm hosting. Which means at this point, I think I'm pretty much guaranteed to be in finals or be in the top cut. Granted, there is still the matter of like playoff seeds, and ideally I still want to play my best. I still want to play my best and hopefully get an 8-0 record just to brag about it. So yeah, that's cool. Anyways, onto the matchup. So the team that I'm going to be facing against this week are the Reiuji Raiders, coached by Harun, and this is my team. So I'll say this. I don't remember what matchup I said this statement on. Maybe it was like against Toho or something. But this, I will say this, in regards to like matchup alone, I feel like really confident. Like in terms of the matchup alone, I feel like I have about a 90% or more chance to win this, because I feel like I have a solid answer against most of these puppets. The only thing that's a little bit shaky is the Power Doremi, but even then, I don't feel that's too threatening for me. I could be eating my words though, but I feel like what I'm afraid more so of is not necessarily the matchup, but more so my opponent's skill level. Because what's funny about this is this is a really interesting. My opponent for this week is a little bit interesting because my opponent Harun hasn't really shown up, like hasn't really shown up in either the TPDP Court or the Battle Hub Discord, which is like, at least to me, like the two main discords for like TPDP play in general. I usually don't see them around, and they kind of just essentially walked up and essentially just started taking names. Like the dude even got an upset win over K5, which, I mean, to be fair, like K5 was also kind of like showed up and started taking names, but at the very least, like I knew K5 was good like prior to draft, because I did play them for a few games, but Harun was just kind of just there and then just started winning. So I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit afraid because this guy has proven himself to be good. It's just I'm not entirely sure how good is this guy, and that kind of scares me. Not only that, but I'm also afraid of just getting RNG'd because we're playing Pokemon. Of course that's gonna happen. I'm just kind of afraid of this week being the week that I started getting RNG'd. Although to be fair, last week I got RNG'd as well, and I still won. But it's just how it goes. Anyways. Oh wait, shit. I didn't fucking. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. So this will be the team that I'll be using against Harun, and I'll start with one of the reasons why I felt this match was just really nice for me in particular is this specially defensive extra Seiran set. Now, what's interesting about this extra Seiran here is it actually puts me in a very unique position against Harun that no other player, as far as I know, has in my conference. Essentially, one of the scariest offensive pieces that Harun has at his disposal is Speed Utsuho. And the reason why Speed Utsuho is such a terrifying threat is because not only is firefighting exceptionally scary, but Speed Utsuho has access to No Guard. And more importantly, it has access to No Guard Inferno. And when I say Inferno, I mean Inferno in Pokemon, which is a 100 base power, 50% accurate move that always lands a burn upon hit. And in my experience, Speed Uto is one of the most threatening stall breakers in this game, because even if you would have something that would blanket check it in terms of type resistance or raw stats, it could still get burned, which does rack up because burn is kind of like fire toxic in this game, essentially. So yeah, that could be a little bit scary. However, what's unique about Extra Seiran in this specific context is that Extra Seiran is fire flying, meaning that not only does this thing resist Speed Uto stab via, not only does this thing hard wall its stabs via its defensive typing, but it's also immune to the Nogar Inferno's burn effect. And which makes Extra Seiran look really nice for me in this matchup defensively. And also, just to note, Speed Uto doesn't really have that much coverage aside from fire and flying. The most it could do is just like HP electric, which yeah. Oh, and because I've been using Pokemon terms a lot, fire flying is just a little bit weird in this game. There's no rock type. Basically, this thing isn't really quad weak to anything, so just something to keep in mind. Anyways. And aside from me rambling on about the Extra Seiran set, this thing is just pretty much standard from a defensive Extra Seiran standpoint. Spin because my opponent has hazards, Toxic because Toxic is just overall good, Knock is Knock, and Roost is Roost. Anyways. Oh wait, one more thing to note. What's also kind of funny about the item of choice here, because Giant Bit isn't really that common compared to other bits in this game. What's funny about this is that Speed Uto's stabs are either bullet or energy. In other words, they're either contact or non-contact, so Counter Bit or Reflect Bit doesn't really offer that much in this matchup. However, Giant Bit, which is basically, just think of it as a Rocky Helmet that procs if the move that's used is like 100 base power or higher. And all of Speed Uto stabs, barring Firewall, which is Knock, are like 100 base power or more. So what's actually funny here is that this item isn't really that common because the conditions for this item proccing are very specific. But this is actually the matchup in which Giant Bit has more value than Counter Bit or Reflect Bit, which I find hilarious. Anyways, I've rambled about that for way too long. Next we have a Calm Mind Toxic Power Sagame. I decided to take this wait, I forget what this is. Is this like Gen 3 that people did shit like this, or Gen 4? The reason why I like Calm Mind Toxic specifically is because Calm Mind Sagame in general can kinda just go ham here, but there are some puppets that can sort of blanket check Sagame and threaten it immediately, most notably my opponent's Extra Aya. So the idea with the Sagame set is that I will initially Toxic some things on the switch-in, such as the Extra Aya that will come in, or maybe a Defense Kawakuma. And then once everything has been weakened to a point, and once I have a good opportunity, I will then Calm Mind and then hopefully sweep dual stabs. That's basically the gist of the set. Next we have physical defensive Defense Ringo. This thing is just here because it checks like a decent amount of my opponent's shit. Most notably, it checks the speed Dereda and the extra EKeine that my opponent has. And aside from that, it's pretty standard. We have Rocks. Toxic is just good. Fire Drain is just nice for the extra EKeine. And the Anti-Veil Charm is there because in case the Power Doremi comes in on this, I don't want this thing to get pursued. So yeah. Next we have a specially defensive extra Akacha. This thing is just more or less kind of standard. This thing is mostly just here to switch into the extra Amelia, and that's mostly it. I'm trying to see like if there's anything else that this thing can switch in on. Oh yeah, it can switch on the Defense Kawakuma and extra Aya if need be. It's also nice for switching into the defense Momiji, which is also nice. And yeah, this thing just has a nice defensive profile in its defensive form, and shooting press and Mubo just covers mostly everything aside from like power on, but I have toxic for that. So yeah. Next we have a Speed Tojigo running Thor's Hammer, Facade, Psycho Shift, and Changeling. I'm not gonna lie, this could be a lot of things. This thing could be Scarf Defense Run, or it could be Scarf Speed Suiko, or it could be or it could be Power Yomu actually, because Power Yomu has a lot more breaking potential here, but the reason why I opted for Speed Tojigo is simply because of her speed. The fastest thing that my opponent has is base 125 speed, and Speed Tojigo outspeeds that. And and I essentially just wanted some speed control, while still having the ability to change moves, because changing moves is just overall pretty nice. Lastly, we have a special defensive extra Kasen. This thing kind of just, again, mostly just switches into like most of my opponent's shit. It switches into Speed Iku because Extra Kasen has some good natural bulk, although Defense Ringo can switch into that as well. It's nice for switching into the Aya and Kwakama. It's nice for switching into the Defense Momiji mostly, because she resists both of Momiji's stabs. And for this week, I decided to opt for Magma Storm Toxic. I decided to go for a little bit of a Heatran-esque approach here, mostly because this thing could be nice for trapping Defense Kwakama, because the idea is that if this thing could come in on Kwakama, and Kwakama can do something like, well, it can't U-turn, but it can do something like Firewall or set webs. And what's nice about Kasen here is that if Kwakama stays in for a turn, then I could essentially just kill the thing outright with the combination of Magma Storm and Toxic. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. That is the team. So again, I feel like mostly confident about this matchup, because I feel like the 6 puppets I have mostly just cover mostly everything in Harun's team, aside from Power Doremi, which I don't really consider to be that much of a threat. Because, I mean, and also the dude mostly just does Sash Acrobatics, and that's not really a problem. And yeah, that's the team. And I'll see you guys once we go over to the game. Goodbye. Alright, match day. Let's go! Oh shit! Oh my, the Power Sekibanki has came. And so is the Power On. Okay, so what's interesting to see here is that there's no... I don't see an extra Amelia here. So, not gonna lie, I'm almost willing to just lead extra Akacha and then just play from there. Because, to be honest, like, this extra Akacha is like the most flexible spot in the team, and was just only here in case like extra Amelia would just be annoying, spamming Lazy Mist and Poison Bomb. Because Scald plus, or not really Scald, but Lazy Mist plus Sludge Bomb is just really annoying. But if I don't have to deal with extra Amelia that much, then I could just leave this thing and just see what happens. Anything else that I have to worry about here? The On could be a little bit interesting, but I feel like if I can get a Toxic on it, then the Trevenant wouldn't be that much of an issue. Sekibanki isn't really that much of an issue as well. I could just go Kasen on that. As I said before, Seidon handles the Uto, and if they go Aya, I could probably just go like Ringo or something, or Hakachi as well. I think this looks fine. Alright. Let's do this. They lead Sekibanki. This is perfectly acceptable. I will go out into the Kasen and I will click Magma Storm. And hopefully I can trap the Kwakama or Aya and Toxic it as well. Raid is perfectly fine. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention to you guys is, the anti-sound charm was there just in case the extra EKeine would come and click Detonation Burst. To be honest, I think that, in hindsight, maybe that was a little bit of an over-prep on my part, but, it's fine. Oh, they don't know. Oh no. Oh no, they're unaware. Well, this thing's dead. Sure, knock off my item, it's useless anyways. Well, yeah, this thing's dead. They're most likely gonna go Teirida or Utoho. If they go Teirida, I will go Ringo. If they go Utoho, I will go Seiran. It's just that simple. If they go for Dark Sweets predicting the switch, good read from them. However, I wouldn't be that concerned because unless it specs, it wouldn't do that much to Ringo because Ringo has good natural bulk, and this thing, and if it goes for Eye of Laplace, then it would be non-stab. There is it's Life Orb. Interesting. In that case, I'll scout for Eye of Laplace with the recover play. And see how much damage that does. What will you do here, I wonder? I feel like if it's Life Orb, it's probably like it's probably like Dual Stab, Earth Move, and Dark Move, because you need Earth Move to hit the Sagame, and you need a Dark Move to hit this. They switch, that's fine. They go Kawakama here, that is perfectly acceptable. You can knock off my Anti-Veil Charm if you want, it's pretty much useless in this game. I will land a free Toxic on you. I think what's probably gonna happen is I get a Toxic on this. They either like firewall or set webs, and then set rocks as they proceed to like either U-turn or okay, they're gonna U-turn now. Sure, they don't have a poison type or a steel type, so unless I miss, I am gonna get a Toxic on something. Getting a Toxic on the On would be awesome. Getting a Toxic on this would be actually really nice too. It could accelerate my game plan of whittling this thing through chip. Well, already talked about this. This is an excellent hard counter to Utoho. And I'm pretty sure, I think I count this, like Electrocine doesn't really do that much unless it specs. And if it's specs, I could definitely play around that. Actually, I want to double check. How much does Electric Sign do to Seiran again? Utsuho. Oh, just 50. Okay, just 50 to 61. So that is a lot. That is a lot, but that might be fine. Because if that's specs, then that means Sagame at least revenges. Okay, Warp Slime, same principle. It's not specs. Kawakama is acceptable. I will go into my Ringo and I will set rocks. If you changeling, who cares? If you webs, who cares? If you firewall, who cares? The item was useless anyways. If they go into Aya, that probably means they'll spin, and that means I can get a Toxic on the Aya as well, which is perfectly nice, which is really nice. I could then, yeah, if they go Aya, I could probably like Toxic the Aya as they spin, and then probably recover as they volt, which is definitely okay. They will just U-turn here. U-turn is perfectly fine. One thing that I'll have to take note of is this actually puts me in. Okay, I'm not entirely sure like how much Eye Black Plus actually does. I don't know if I actually want to count that yet, but this actually puts me. I think this definitely puts me in Eye of Laplace range from the Tadida, so I might have to consider. I might have to put that in, keep that in consideration. I still go into this though. Oh, this is perfect. Let's go, giant bit! Alright, free knock, free knock. Alright, they're probably gonna spin. I think what I could do is actually go Hikacha here? No, Ringo's fine. Aya spins, then I recover as they volt. Cool crits. You definitely volt here, or you could Toxic here if you have that. Question is, do you have Toxic though? Yep, you volt. You probably go Utsu here. If you go Tadida, then I will recover again. Just to estimate how, or like just get a good idea of the damage from Life Orb Eye of the Place. I could calc it, but okay, they go Utsu again. This is fine. You go Warp Sign here. I still recover with Sandon. $136 to 64, or what? $132 to 64? Shit, I forget. That did 72, so it could be it could be a roll. I'll play it safe and go Akacha here. This gives me a free Toxic on something. And to be honest, maybe I could sack... Actually, no, I was gonna say maybe I could sack Seidan at this point, but not until the Uto's dead. They go Kawakuma. Kawakuma is fine. I'll go into Ringo because I like preserving this thing's lefties. That's pretty cool. What will they do here? If they go U-turn, that's fine. It still gives me some chip on Uto, and if they decide to warp sign, predicting my extra Seidan, switch in again, then that's fine because the damage has already been done, and that means they lock themselves into warp sign, which gives me a good opportunity to go into my Ringo and set rocks. To be honest, I should have gone into Ringo last turn. Although, actually, if I wanted to Ringo the last turn, as they went for that warp sign on Uto, then I would have gone rocks instead of this poison on Kawakuma. I mean, it's a little bit nitpicky, like which switch-in was the more optimal one in this scenario. I'd suppose maybe the Ringo switch-in was more optimal because I could have gone Toxic on this thing at any time. I have a lot of things that have Toxic in this team. But I only have one rocker. So, probably... Actually, one thing I forgot to do in this video is turn on the browser source for the Discord thing. Firewall is fine. A little first aid here, because first aid is okay. They go Aya here. Aya's okay. Well, the Aya doesn't really do anything because I don't have rocks set up. I'm still gonna go on the play of basically saying better have Toxic. Because since this thing is faster than me, it can't really get a slow turn off. Which gives me, like, free rocks. Yep, there's the Uto. Alright, go for the warp sign play. Go for the warp sign play. Read me again. Go for the read again. Ooh, Blaze of Tenmei. Giant bit for the win? Giant bit for the win! Let's go! I think I want to try to preserve differential here. This might be a little bit greedy, but I suppose at the very least, this play ensures that if things go south for me, at least I have a sack fodder to gain tempo. So I think I want to try to preserve differential here. They decide not to spin. Very interesting, very interesting. They go on. Now, question is, how much do I fear this thing? I want to double check. Does this thing have SD? Does this thing have Swords Dance? And secondly, can this thing kill me if not banded? It does have SD. Now, if this thing is not banded, can it kill? I am very unsure. And did I forget to loop this thing? I forgot to loop this thing. Oopsies. Luminous Flux. Hikacha. Very much so. Very much so. Although, am I fine with sacking off this Hikacha? I did say before that this thing isn't really offering that much. It's not really offering that much because this thing was supposed to be like initially a Remelia check, and the Remelia is not there. So to be honest, I think I might just sack this thing. Okay. Well, I didn't see that one coming, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I'll still go with the sack this thing play because, to be honest, I really don't see how this thing is useful in this game. So, yeah, I'll just sack it. I'll sack this and go into Sagame. Oh yeah, actually, actually, I just wanted to clarify in case anyone was wondering. The reason why I was thinking of sacking the Hikacha instead of going into the Seidan, because I did say like whether this thing had SD or not, and I did find that it did have SD. So this is just to cover. This is just covering. It's just covering an SD from Harun here. Yeah, I'm fine with sacking this. Go into this, I will revenge kill with Ultra High Tone. Oh wow, that's actually really huge. Because what they could have done, had I not gotten that Ultra High Tone boost, they probably would have gone to Speed Data and gotten the kill, or like tried to revenge kill with Jewelry Storm because I know they have access to that move. But this actually presents a really interesting scenario. Because they can't go Tedida because I outspeed them. This is actually really unfortunate for Harun, actually. The Aya's low too, right? This is really unfortunate for them. Actually, I wonder if... Say they go into Aya. I have to Sweet Desperado there in order to get the kill. If they go Tedida after the fact, do I still kill with like -4 Sweet Desperado after rocks? I mean, if that scenario occurs, then I probably still go into Ringo after I kill the Aya with Sweet Desperado, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go into this because I don't want to risk Ultra High Tone missing out the kill. Of course, I can miss with Sweet Desperado, but I really don't want to risk missing out on the kill on Aya. Actually, maybe I could have calced it. I'm stupid. I should have calced it. I'm very stupid. I'm very dumb. I am incredibly stupid. Because if I kill the thing with Ultra High Tone, then I don't need to, like, be wary of, like, whether Sagame kills the thing at... Wait, did I say -4? I meant to say -2. You know what? I'll try to calc this. Sagame 64 Sweet Desperado at -2 against Tedida. Oh, wow. Oh, shit, I still kill. Okay. Okay. That was... Okay, yeah, I never mind, I still kill. I was underestimating this thing's damage output. Ah, this is good. This is good. If you're gonna try to mirror coat me, no. Actually, out of curiosity, does this thing have Encore? I forget. Would they bring Encore to me is another question. Would they bring Encore against me? Okay, this thing does have Encore, but would they bring this against me? Would they bring Encore against me? What now? What now? Perhaps I could have swinged if I feared Encore that much, but to be honest, I'm in a very advantageous position. Might as well just put him at better habit or whatever. Might as well put him in a situation where I just say better have Encore. Yeah. This is definitely looking like a wrap. I'll calm mine a few more times just because I'm a little bit unsure on whether or not Ultra High Tone kills Quackma at some percentage. I think I'll Encore, or not Encore, I'll calm mine one more time and then I'll start clicking the button. Because I want to play around mirror codes. Like, I forgot if this thing, like... Wait, what is this thing revealed? Changeling... Oh. Okay. Now I start clicking buttons. Alright, I think from here I'm like -1, I think? I forget. That being said, I still want to play around Mirror Code. Oh, wait a second. Oh wait, I haven't noticed the lefties. Oops. Okay, they surrendered. Alright. GG! And I'll see you guys on week 7. Bye!